So my brothers and my sisters, as we embrace this urgency of creating the beloved community, now is the time to be loved. Love means understanding, redemptive goodwill toward all which seeks nothing in return. So be loved by implementing the demands of justice to eliminate the school to prison pipeline that has so many black children entrapped. Be loved by correcting voting policies that seek to suppress the votes of millions of black and brown people. Be loved and implement the demands of justice by transforming a society that is disproportionately violent toward black lives, including black transgendered lives and indigenous lives. Be loved and correct false narratives and economic policies that continue to divide and pit poor and working class black and white people against each other. Be loved and implement demands of justice where systems and structures are deconstructed and lead the way of living in community that reimagines just, humane, equitable, and sustainable policies, practices, and behaviors. Love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them who hate you, and pray for them that despitefully use you and abuse you. Be loved and do justice and love mercy and walk humbly with our God.
Students with King serves as the King Center's flagship engagement platform for elementary, middle, and high school students, highlighting the legacies of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Mrs. Coretta Scott King, and the impact of the 20th century American Civil Rights Movement. Our dynamic and interactive programming has reached over 1 million students worldwide. Our core learning programs introduce students to the philosophy of Kingian nonviolence, coined Nonviolence 365, and provide important lessons about how they can apply nonviolence in their immediate environments. Whether you're an educator who is looking for ways to bring the King legacy into your classroom, a student who wants to learn more about this powerful moral movement, or a parent who wants to get your child involved in character building and literacy development activities, Students with King is your one-stop shop for unique lesson plans, teaching resources, educational field trips, and other opportunities to engage with the history of the American Civil Rights Movement and its powerful leaders. We look forward to engaging with you and your students. Together we can build the next generation of compassionate, courageous, and conscientious leaders.
April Students with King edition of the Students with King Reading Corner. Guys, I'm your moderator, Tyreek Wynn. So excited to be here. It is a great day. Man, we got another amazing Students with King Reading Corner for you. I know we about to close out the school year, so of course, we got to end this thing on a high note, guys. We have an amazing guest that's going to be joining us today. But before we get into all of that, got a couple of things we got to do first. So y'all already know the drill. Want to get the state roll call going. Comment what state you tuning in from, your classroom, your city, all that good stuff. We want to hear where you guys are tuning in from, so that way we can shout y'all out, show y'all a little bit of love. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, comment where you guys are tuning in from, and we'll be happy to shout you guys out. Also, we got a survey we want y'all to fill out as well that is in the top corner of the screen. And so we have this survey. This helps us improve here at Students with King Reading Corner. That way we can improve the program for you guys. So we would really, really love your feedback. So if you could take your cell phones, go ahead and scan the QR code and take our survey. So all you got to do is put your cell phone up, put your camera app up, and go ahead and scan that QR code, and then you can take our survey. Only takes a couple of seconds, but it really helps us out here at the King Center. That way we can help improve our Students with King Reading Corner. So also, don't forget, when we bring our author in, we're going to be reading the book, and then you guys are going to have a chance to ask some questions. So make sure y'all comment your questions down below, and we'll be happy to get to some of those. But without further ado, let's go. Oh, we got some people, a movement, Teray Haute, Indiana. Okay, hope I'm saying that right. Hope I'm not messing that up. We got Rock Hill, South Carolina. E. Michelle Perry, appreciate y'all so much tuning in this morning. We appreciate it. We got Stephanie Houston. Bless good morning, everyone. Bless good morning to you as well. Yes, it is a great morning. Thank y'all so much tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So we have the Dr. Kimberly P. Johnson. She's going to be reading her book, Bree's Beautiful Braids. She takes readers on a journey of acceptance by encouraging children to celebrate their differences, cultures, and traditions in a positive and productive way. This is going to be amazing. Let's go ahead and bring her in. Dr. Johnson, we appreciate you so much for joining us. How are you doing this morning?
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Tyreek, for just getting everybody excited about today and for this amazing opportunity that we have to talk to the community and really just get connected. So thank you for that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is going to be great because I like the, first of all, I like the title, Bree's Beautiful Braids. I like that title. So it sounds like we're going to be talking a little bit about hair.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into the book reading. And don't forget, students and teachers, y'all can comment your questions down below.
Awesome. Thank you. Bree's Beautiful Braids. My name is Brianna, but my friends call me Bree. Today I get braids for beautiful me. Clean hair, fresh hair, all of this is natural hair. Looking through a magazine, the coolest styles I've ever seen. Many styles can fit me fine, but picking one to make it mine. Beads, a comb, and stuff to read. I gather everything I need. My mom loves my great big hair. She tells me that it's everywhere. Using beads will be lots of fun. We'll pick each bead one by one. Tiny beads, giant beads, which beads should we use? Gotta think about that. Long braids, short braids, which braids should we choose? I see a style that makes me smile, but mom says it may take a while. I remember those days. Hard chair, soft chair, braiding hair. Anywhere. I remember as a little girl, I would sit on the steps and get my hair braided sometimes. And y'all, concrete is hard. Twisting left and twisting right, rubber bands can hold it tight. Eyes wide open and then they close. My bobbin head will take a dose. Anybody ever go to sleep when you're getting your hair done? It feels so good. Having dreams of pretty hair. When I wake, we're almost there. A few more rows and counting down. I can't wait to move around. Wiggle, wiggle on the floor. Getting braids is such a chore. My mom tries to keep me still. I promise to her, yes, I will. Look at her face. I remember that face. Anybody ever have a face like that when you're getting your hair braided? As she twists the final one, my mom shouts, "We're all done." Finally. My fingers rush up to my hair, touching each one with great care. All my braids are feeling neat. I hop up quickly from my seat. I hope my braids fit my face. I hope my braids stay in place. All these thoughts are going through your head because you sat for a long time. You want it to be perfect. Where's the mirror? I want to see how all my braids look on me. I can't believe my own eyes. Thank you, Mom, for this cool surprise. Her mom did a great job, by the way. Her mom hair looks good too. I really love my pretty hair. I feel just like a millionaire. I'm looking awesome and feeling great. I'll see my friends. I cannot wait. All of them gather around. They never, ever put me down. They tell me that my hair is cool and hope I wear this style to school. With all of them, I am me. We are as special as can be. Our ziggy hair and twisty hair, our fun styles are everywhere. Now it's time to play and run. It's time for us to have more fun. Playing games and jumping high, our pretty braids will reach the sky. The end. But do you see in the tiny letters at the bottom, it says, but not for peace. So it's never an end for peace. And this book was written because I wanted everyone to be proud of who they are. Your hairstyle is part of your culture. It's a part of what makes you who you are. And more importantly, to know that that's just an extension of your inside. So if your inside is beautiful, then of course you're going to look beautiful on the outside. But we've got to make sure that we are encouraging each other to embrace who we are and celebrate our differences, because those differences make us unique and they also make us wonderful. So parents and teachers always encourage your children to embrace who they are in a positive and productive way, because when we can do that, we feel good about ourselves. And the more we have that self-confidence, the more we're willing to get into a space and really learn and grow. And so that's the concept behind this book. Yes, it's fun to see the cool styles, but it's also more important to celebrate who you are, to never feel ashamed of your culture, your background, or your traditions, because all of those things make us who we are. And my book is available on my website at simplycreativeworks.com. You can find out some other information about the things that I'm doing, and then just this positive work out here. And kudos to the King Center for providing these amazing opportunities for our teachers, for our parents and communities, but more importantly, for the young people that are going to shake up the universe in a positive and productive way. So I thank you for allowing me to share, and I hope you get a chance to get your own copy of Bree's Beautiful Braids. It's a really pretty book, by the way. Zoe Ranucci is the illustrator, and she did a fantastic job. And I also co-wrote this book with my niece, Whitney Strong. So very proud of that. So thank you guys for letting me share.
I love that. That was fantastic. I really
Right.
love the book. I love the way you read it, and I like the central message behind it, embracing
Mhm.
who you are, and celebrating our differences and not
Yes.
being ashamed about who you are and the type of hair that you have. This was great. I like this a lot.
Thank you so much, sir. It
Yeah.
was fun.
And speaking of hair, it looked like you just walked out of the salon.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I did. Thank you, Miss Donna. Shameless plug.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love it. Yeah, it definitely looks great. So, getting into this book, guys, make sure y'all comment your questions for Dr. Johnson below in the comments, and we'll get to as many of them as possible before we close out. But I want to kick it off with this. Oh, we got somebody tuning in from Utica, New York. Or
Utica.
Utica, New York.
Utica. Yes, I used to
And
go to Utica. Hey, Utica.
we
And
got
Dawn.
Montgomery, Alabama. Okay.
Yay, Dawn. Hey, Dawn.
Oh yeah, then we got awesome. Love the positivity. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Yeah, I ain't never been to that part of New York, so
It's out there. But
must
it's a
be
great
in the
space.
upstate.
Yes, it's a great space.
Oh yeah, we got somebody saying hi, Dawn. Okay, appreciate y'all. Oh, we got Comac, New York. Okay, we got some New Yorkers in here. Appreciate y'all. Much for
Yay!
tuning in. Oh, Brooklyn. Okay, New York.
Why do people always do that when they see Brooklyn? It's like you're supposed to. It's like that initiation thing.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody said,
Yay!
oh, Donna tuning in. The one she said, thanks for the shout out. We love that.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's get into. I want to kick it off with this, right? So, what I always wanted to know is, okay, when I go get my haircut, right? I have my style, the style I want. It takes me about 45 minutes. Ladies, it be taking y'all 4 to 8 hours to get y'all's hair done. I'm like, how do y'all sit in a chair for that long trying to get your hair done?
You know what? When you have it in your mind that this is how you need to look when you walk out that door, you will do whatever it takes to get to that point. Because I have seen people sit for hours and then it wasn't exactly like they wanted it. They will go back into the shop and sit for another 30 minutes to get it just right. It's kind of it's your calling card, I guess you would say. So when you walk in, you want to, feel good. And, if you're not in a good mood, you go get your hair done. That's going to change your whole mood. It's just something about it. It's just that connection, that touch. And if you've got the right hairstylist or the person who really, they're passionate about what they do, you're going to get some of that good energy from them. And so I think some of it has to do with going to just get filled up again.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I think because I totally agree, because I know, like, when I walk out the barbershop, I feel like a whole new person, and I feel good and confident. Because you got that, because I got that crisp line up and nice and trimmed and stuff. So yeah, it really gives you confidence when you walk out that door and you walk out into the world and stuff. Yeah. It really, it's a really good feeling when you go and get your hair done. We got somebody from North Carolina. Appreciate you.
Oh, hey, Miss Joy Moore.
Tuning in this morning. Hey, ATL in the house. Come on. we love ATL. So, we got a question from
Irvin. Yes.
What was your inspiration behind this book?
The inspiration behind this book was I wanted to make sure that young people felt good about who they are. I co-wrote this book with my niece, Whitney Strong, and Whitney had some challenges, but she always loved her hair and how her hair looked. And so just from talking to her and seeing how serious she was about making sure that she looked good. And whenever she would go out, if she wasn't feeling good or if she was kind of in a down mood, whenever we got her hair done, it just lifted her spirits up. And so I said, you know what? You need to help me write this book and talk about what it feels like to have your hair done. And so her middle name is Brianna, and that's how we got Bree's Beautiful Braids. And it also talks about celebrating differences in that just because she had special special needs or some challenges, it didn't mean that she couldn't be an author too. So this book is kind of twofold because it shows the abilities that our young people have if we just give them the opportunity to tap into who they are. And there may be different ways to get there. For her, it was with her hair that got her there. For some of our young people, it may be talking about cars, it may be talking about sports. However, we need to get there to get that confidence built up from the inside out. Because when we can get that intrinsic motivation going, the extrinsic stuff is just icing on the cake. So the inspiration was knowing that this made her feel good about herself. So what do we tell others that can do the same?
Yeah, no, that's definitely important. I definitely agree. And then we got another question. Says, what was your favorite hairstyle growing up?
Oh, Miss Joy Moore, I'm going to take some of y'all back. I had pigtails, pigtail. Y'all know. So my favorite, I guess, was pigtails, but you had to get it straightened all the way out. It had to be bone straight. Straightening comb. I almost brought a straightening comb because some of y'all don't even know what a straightening comb is. Now they got straightening combs with cords on them so you can plug it up. But I would get it straight, and then put the rubber band, and the rubber band. And then if you were lucky, you would get that little twist thing with those two little balls on the end of it, the little clear color balls, or you could get different colors and you would twist that around there and you have these two little knobs on each side of it. So that was the hairstyle back then. But I'm old, so y'all probably got some cool stuff now.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. The straighten comb on the stove.
Cool. You already know.
That's hilarious. Y'all telling y'all age now. Oh man. Good morning. Is this the only book that you have written? Oh,
absolutely not. Thank you for asking that. This is probably, that book was my 23rd title maybe, but I have 26 books out. So I am very blessed. So check me out on simplycreativeworks.com. And some of you may know that I also co-wrote a book with the amazing Dr. Bernice A. King. The book is called It Starts With Me. And that's to promote, there we go, to promote the beloved community and really talk about the power of connecting and learning how to live as an action word. Be love, not just say you love, but be love. That's action. So that amazing book is also a book that I have had the opportunity to work with Dr. Bernice A. King. Shout out to her. She's amazing.
Oh, that definitely had to be a great experience.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I know, because she's awesome and she's always doing her thing. So yeah, I definitely love that. But what I do want to ask you this, I know there are thousands of hairstyles that you can get when you go to the salon as a lady and stuff. But what I do want to know is, you use braids. Was there a particular reason you use braids?
Yes, because I used to have my hair braided all the time. I loved braids because it was easy. I could throw it up into a ponytail. I could twist it in the back and put it up, and it looked really pretty. And my niece loved braids. When she came to live with us after my sister passed away, and I would take her to get her hair done, she always wanted her hair braided. And so there was something about the braids that she just loved. And the style lasts. So I had no problems with that because it would last for a while. So I think just knowing that braids sort of speak to who we are and who we can be, and the different styles, the different types of braids that you can use, it gives you so much versatility. So braids are pretty and powerful. And I didn't have to worry about getting in the water when I decided to swim in the summertime because my braids would last and it looked good all the time. So braids are pretty cool to me. I'm gonna probably go back to braids in a month just because it's getting summertime and they're easy to handle most of the time.
Oh yeah, because that's one thing I've noticed about braids. I noticed that females usually have their braids for like 3 months or like a good little while. So it definitely lasts and probably can save you some money too.
It does, but you got to keep taking care of it though. In between, just because you have braids, you can't get lazy hair. You still got to, take care and make sure you're preserving your natural hair so that it lasts for your lifetime.
Yeah, of course. And I want to ask you this. So what you mentioned was amazing. I mean, 26 books, I think you said. Well, that's astronomical. I love that. That's fantastic.
Yay. I still got more though. I still got more.
Okay, you got more you working on. I love that. That's great. So where do you actually find the time to do all this writing? Because I'm sure you do other things too, right?
I do. I actually teach at a college. I teach at Clemson University, and I facilitate courses at other schools. And I do a lot of teacher training. So I'm out on the road a bit. I do student visits. I do a lot of stuff. But here's the crazy thing, Tyreek, is that writing is one of those things that it hits you whenever the moment is. And I tell people all the time, we're all authors. We've all got a story in our head and our heart, because if you can think it and you can feel it, you can put it on paper. And so I believe that stories occur anytime and everywhere. Sometimes I'm on an airplane and I'll see somebody that gives me an idea. I'll see somebody do something. I'll jot that down. I may be washing dishes, which is rare, my husband would tell you. But when I'm washing dishes, I might have an idea for a story, and that, pops into my head. So I'm always writing things down. So I jot stuff down even at night. I'll wake up and I'll have a notebook by my bed and I'll jot down ideas from just things that pop into my head. So stories are always brewing in my mind.
Yeah, that's great. I like how your mind is always running. And I think that's so important, because I think when we walking about life, our minds are always running. And what I really like what you said is you're always writing your stuff down. And I think that's kind of where a lot of people kind of miss the bar at. Sometimes we'll think of stuff, but we're not writing it down or putting it in our notes immediately. Then we go back, we like, oh, dang, what was that thought I had and stuff, and you forget. So it's important that you, as soon as you get that thought, or as soon as you think you got that $1 million idea, go ahead and write that thing down, and then you can come back to it, and then of course expound upon it and stuff like that. But while the idea is in your head, go ahead and get it down, because you never know what that might turn into. And for
Absolutely.
you, turn into tons of books.
I know, right? And as a journalist, you know this yourself. You think of these great ideas, or you have a quote that you want to use that you're like, oh my gosh, this encapsulates everything I need to say. And then as soon as you start writing it, it slips out of your mind. So it does. Your brain is moving fast. So jot things down. Don't leave it to vices that you're going to write it down later, because you'll remember it. Because I promise you, it probably will not be exactly like the way you said it in that first moment.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. And we got greetings from Boston, Massachusetts. Appreciate you.
Boston, Northeastern, Old Trumping Grounds.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, the Northeast been showing out today, so we appreciate y'all, man. That's great.
And I see Mr. Lorenzo Williams is on here. He's an amazing artist, y'all. Thank you for showing up. He and I are going to hopefully be working on a project together. So thank you for showing up.
Awesome. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Then Donna on here says, my favorite book that she has written is People Are People, and They Do What They Do.
Yes, that book I wrote is about attitude, and it's people are people and they do what they do, but don't let their bad attitudes rub off on you. Yes.
Okay. Yes. I love that.
And it's a simple book. It's just a black and white book, but the words are powerful in it, and it helps us remember, celebrate who you are. Stop letting people steal your joy. They don't have the power to do it, and live life. It's amazing out here.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, we'll have to probably tap into that next time we have you on, because that sounds like a good read.
And by the way, that was Donna that I was telling y'all about. When I said shameless plug, that was that Donna. So y'all need to come on down south and get some of that.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I definitely appreciate y'all so much for dropping your questions in the chat. Appreciate you so much, Dr. Johnson, for coming on. Absolutely. Go ahead one more time. Let everybody know where they can get the book and how they can follow and support you.
Awesome. Simply, SIMPLY, creative, CREATIVE, works.com. And also you can follow me on Instagram to keep up with where I am and what I'm doing at every_day coaches. Every_day coaches. And that's my Instagram. Fantastic. And I can see you, and I hopefully can see you there. I love how your books are always so inspirational. Thank you, Miss Foxy Elegance. She sounds like she's got a pretty hairstyle.
Definitely. Well, appreciate you so much for joining us. This has been Fantastic Students with King Reading Corner. I think you definitely educated us about hair and then expressing your differences and stuff. So we greatly appreciate your time and you coming on.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you all for taking the time this morning to be here. And thank you, King Center, for continuing the dream.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Well, guys, thank y'all so much for taking time to tune in to this edition of Students with King Reading Corner, the April edition. Guys, I know we're slowly closing out the school year, and I hate to say goodbye, but of course we're going to ramp it back up next school year, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. But I appreciate y'all so much for allowing me to be your moderator. I'm Tyreek Wynn. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, TyreekWynn.iHeartRadio. Also, we got our QR code. Make sure you guys put your phones up to the QR code. Go ahead, whip out your camera app, and then go ahead and scan that QR code and go ahead and take our survey. Let us know how we can improve here at Students with King Reading Corner. Really, really helps us out here at the King Center. So we greatly appreciate you guys taking the time to do that. Only takes a couple of seconds and you guys can go ahead and knock that out. But I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all next time.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bernice A. King.
And I'm Dr. Kimberly P. Johnson.
And we are the co-authors of
It Starts With Me. Well, it starts with me.
No, I think it really starts with me.
No.
Well, maybe it just starts with you.
It starts with you.
This is a book for children and the rest of the world about love. A powerful word that really can change and transform our world. Now, this girl here is Amora. So Amora is going to take us on a journey around the world with her friends, talking about how we can be loved.
Thank you so much for reading this book. It Starts With Me. Dr. King's vision is coming to life, and you guys are going to carry that vision into the world. Have fun reading.
We want our children and you parents to be loved in the way you speak, in the way you act, and in the way you think. That's what it starts with me about. It starts with me. I am the one who infects the world with love.
It starts with me.